Alright, guys, today I'm going to give you guys underrated wide receivers in the NFL and overrated wide receivers in the NFL. So let's get right into it. Let's start with the underrated wide receivers. Overall, I think I gotta start this off with Terry McLaurin, the most underrated wide receiver in the NFL, in my opinion. I think that he's not getting his respect that he definitely deserves. I think that he is a great wide receiver. I think that people underrate him or tend to underrate him because the quarterbacks that he's been working with, because he never had some like top tier quarterbacks. But Carson, like he had like Carson Wentz, these like mediocre guys, but he really needs at least a decent guy like a Russell Wilson, like a Baker Mayfield, someone that can work with him, because when he has a good quarterback that can work with Terry, Scary Terry, he's just going to be cooking on that field like he's on the stove. Another underrated wide receiver, low key, might be a guy like Mike Evans. Mike Evans. I think that yes, he gets his flowers, but I think he deserves more. I think he's low key a top 20 wide receiver in the NFL. I think that he's crazy. I mean, like when you like Mike Evans, he's gonna catch a lot of those passes. But next, X Lights here. X Light, do you have an underrated wide receiver in the NFL?
No, not really.
Wow. Let's see. Another underrated wide receiver on the Buccaneers is Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin for sure. Like he's a solid receiver, but like everybody's just like no one talks about him. People talk about Mike Evans more than Chris Godwin, which I think that Chris Godwin should be spoken about way more. But before we get more into this video, guys, I need you guys to smash that subscribe button. If you guys like content like this, Madden content, YouTube tips content, music-related content, I post pretty daily. If you guys like daily content, this channel is for you. So let's get more into some more underrated wide receivers. I honestly don't think my DK Metcalf is underrated. I think that Chris Olave is underrated. I think that Chris Olave is low key. When Michael Thomas was out, Chris Olave, he's an insane wide receiver, and he's rated well in man for a reason. But I think that overall people should just be talking about him way more. I think that he has a lot of potential. He has a lot of potential to be that top 10, to slide into that top 10 wide receivers, just because how he's been. Like, he's a solid receiver, but no one talks about him that much in the NFL, in the football community. Now let's talk about some overrated wide receivers, and one overall overrated wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb. Honestly, CeeDee Lamb is overrated. I think that he's a great wide receiver, but just everybody says he's the top 3 wide receiver. I don't agree. I think that he's at least into that top 10. One of the most improved wide receivers of last year. I think he had an insane career. I think he's gonna have another insane season this year, because in Madden overall how people rate him, and overall how's he's been playing overall. And CeeDee Lamb, I think CeeDee Lamb's a little bit overrated personally. Now, another overrated wide receiver. Now, let's talk about a guy like AJ Brown's not overrated. I think some another person who's overrated, honestly, would probably be. Ooh, let's see. Let's think of someone who's overrated in NFL. I think that no, Justin Jefferson's not overrated. He had a crazy career. He deserves to be spoken about overall. I think that D Hop was overrated, and I think that he's going to continue to be overrated. I just think that yes, he's an amazing wide receiver. He just does not hit as he was on the Texans. Like on the Texans, he was a top 5 wide receiver, no doubt. He was doing his thing, but now, like, I think that he's not gonna hit his highest peak of his career, as he was in Houston. But yes, D Hop was insane on the Texans, but not longer. But guys, that's it for the video, guys. Those are underrated versus overrated wide receivers in Madden. Let me know what you guys think is underrated and overrated wide receivers in the NFL, and I just want to, what are your guys' underrated, overrated wide receivers in the NFL? This is my opinion, but I think that this is right. But this is just my opinion. I'm out. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe. Peace.